Hey everyone, Dr. Sorin here from Idaho Pain Clinic. So, wanted to talk today about diagnostic medial branch blocks and radio frequency ablation. So, if somebody has facet pain, now what is a facet joint? The facet joint is a joint throughout your spine that does the movement. Think of your joints in your back as a three-legged stool. You've got a disc in front, and then you've got these two facet joints on either side. Every time you move, you bend, you twist, those facet joints are working for you. It's a synovial joint, which means it's a joint similar to your elbow, your knee. It's got synovial fluid in it. And like all your synovial joints, the more you use them, the more they wear out. So if somebody's played a lot of football or done a lot of heavy construction work, they're more likely to have arthritis in this. And as I say, pretty much everybody over their 50s and 60s is gonna have some degree of facet joint arthritis. So it's something we all get to look forward to. If that becomes a source of your pain, the way we can treat it is, one way used to be just to put steroid into the joint, so that worked. But now insurance companies are really wanting us to do radio frequency ablations. So what is that? Well, that's a procedure where instead of putting the medicine into the joint, you numb up the nerves that go to the joint. The way I describe that is if a red light is on your dash in the car and you take a black piece of tape and cover it up, that's what this procedure is doing. It is killing the messenger of the pain, which is coming through the nerve. So you're ablating the nerve. So how do we do it? Well, first of all, we need to numb up the nerve and see if that's the source of your pain. So that's what's called a medial branch block. A medial branch is a nerve that comes off the nerves coming out of your spine there, what's called the dorsal ramus. So there's a nerve that goes to that joint, and there's one coming from the same level and one coming from the level above it. So you numb up those two nerves and you see if that gets rid of the pain. That's what's called the diagnostic medial branch block. So you numb up those nerves and then you see if that gets rid of your pain. If it does, then we know that that's likely, very likely, the source of your back pain, or a source of your back pain. You can have multiple sources. Unfortunately, it used to be where you only had to do one, but now most insurances require that you do two of these. So that's really to make sure that that is the cause of your pain. And if it is, then we bring you back and we do what's called a radio frequency ablation. We have a special machine that creates a lesion at those nerves. Now the nerves, the sheath that it damages can grow back. And so these procedures don't last forever, but they certainly can last for anywhere from 6 to 18 months is very common. And they are a great way because there's no drugs involved. It's not like a medication you take every day and it can just knock out your pain and really be a lifesaver for a lot of people. So that's the medial branch block with the radio frequency ablation, or rhizotomy is another term, where you actually, as I say, burn the nerve, but what you're really doing is creating a heat lesion that's damaging the nerve's ability to conduct the pain signal. So lastly, I just want to cover how would you know if you had facet pain? Well, one of the ways you know is you'd have pain with movement, and that's called axial pain, which means pain across your back, not pain that shoots down your legs, but pain that's more across your back or in your lower back or even neck. So if you have that pain typically with extension or loading that joint, so if you lean to the left and you got pain on the left, that oftentimes is a sign that you've got arthritis in those joints and you may be a candidate for the medial branch block and radio frequency ablation. So come see us or talk to your doctor if you think that's the case.